Save 1cc. What's the earliest one? Reimu B 33. That will be the one. Okay. I do not know, remember what this was like, but I want to see what happened. So, hello, I'm doing this as we're starting the video, because it's going to be put up as a video. As it says in the corner, this is a replay. I did this not live, and I wanted a version of it to put up, and I decided I could record my commentary of it, because it's been since March since this happened, so I don't remember at all what happened in it. But I like to think I've probably come a bit of a way since here. Not much of a way, because I haven't really done a lot since then, but an above zero amount of distance from here. But look how magic it is. I can play without using my hands. So cool. I mean, I'm not expecting anything fancy out of, like, I'm pretty sure no run I would have recorded would die to Rumia, because I just would have given up and restarted, I'm pretty sure. Like, again, this isn't PCB. I wouldn't have accepted that I've got a bajillion resources to work with. What I genuinely can't remember. This is going to be exciting for me to find out, because even I don't remember what I get down to. But a part of me thinks, I can't remember if this was 0-0 or if we had 1 life left at the end. So it's going to be real dicey towards the end, because even I do not remember what I actually ended this on. Just that it was scary the entire way through. And I did it completely by accident, because I did it at a practice run, like an idiot. Because, you know, instead of doing the sensible thing and save it and just do it like TH-back runs of stages, I decided to just play through the entire game for a practice, and then got the 1cc. I felt like real stupid. That's the reason why I have the Marissa 1cc as well on the channel, because I wanted to have one that I streamed. So, you know, again, nothing to see for a bit. Cherno probably wasn't anything too spicy. I may have bombed, but I don't think I did. It's actually interesting watching through this, because setting up my next to me you have the Fumos. EOSD, every other game that I tried to work with it, I've got them to automatically transition based on what boss is there. EOSD, I spent hours trying to get it to work, and it is just, I can get it to change, but I can get it to change unreliably. Like, halfway through a fight, Rumia will just turn up and it'll just break something, or, you know, it'll just flicker between like 6 bosses because it can't detect what's going on. Because there isn't a dedicated nameplate anywhere on the screen for the duration of the fight, only at the beginning. And when nameplates do show up, they're not centered the same way. Like, the names are don't actually appear in the same spot. So the way my software works for detecting that, it looks at a particular part of the screen and checks if the right thing is there, and then displays the correct image. Actually quite a powerful piece of kit, but I'm using it to display Fumos, which I think is the superior choice. However, okay, yeah, good, decent IO. Say it is Reimu B, it should be. But yeah, what happens with EOSD is I discovered that there is no point on the screen where I can reliably get the same information between all characters, and even then I can't get mid-bosses, unlike I can with basically every other game, because they're named in everything else. So it's annoying, but it means I can't have them flicker between them the way I would everything else. There was a point I was making with this. Where was the point I was going with this? There was something I was explaining about this at the start. Oh, yeah, the head sit, as always do the head sit. Yeah, Cherno should be fine. Maybe there's some scary. There's probably going to be some scary dodges. This I always find scary, even though I know it's so easy. For the life, it's the easiest patterns in the games that I genuinely am the most like terrified of, because I'm like, it's really easy. which means it'll be so bad and embarrassing if I die to them. So I know when I'm doing this, every time I do it, I am just like, every time I do Icicle 4, I'm always like, please don't let this be the time. Please don't let this be the time. And you'd be shocked in practice how often it would be the time. Yeah, Perfect Freeze. Again, I wouldn't have died to Journo. I'd reset if I died on Journo. So I don't think I bomb. Again, normal Journo isn't too bad. That sort of, you know, the wind whistled through my hair a little there, but besides that, all good, all good. Diamond Blizzard, again, can be scary, but again, it's also normal. It's not that scary, he says, looking at some of these, like, sort of close dodges. Nah, they're not that bad, really. Currently, it'd be fine of it. So, stage 3. Yeah, there's a pause between these because I'm pretty sure some of these I had to pause to, like, check something. Because I wasn't doing this live, so I was just constantly just checking things and, like, tabbing out. Mailing might have gotten a death out of me, I'm not sure. Almost certainly got a bomb out of me, I'm pretty sure. We'll find out, I suppose. It's the Sakia, it's the Patchy, it's Apache and Sakia, and obviously Reimu that I'm most interested to see how I did, because I do not remember this run at all. I have little snippets of a bunch of practice runs I did, but I don't, like, where I've did some really, like, wild things, but I don't remember all of them. That's right, I remember my point I was trying to make earlier. We circled back around. The point I was trying to make earlier about the Fumos is because to get them to work, I had to load the Lunatic version of the game to make sure I got all the different spell card, like, numbers where it says enemy number. I was trying to make that be how it worked, and so BOSD I needed to do every single possibility, which meant I needed to do it on Lunatic. Now obviously I was doing that with Immortality through THPrac individually, but there were, you know what? There were a few things I surprised myself where I was like, some of this, I actually get, because there were points where I genuinely tried some of them, even though I was trying to get screenshots of bits to make sure stuff worked. There were points where I had to redo a level because I suddenly, like Remelia especially, I forgot halfway through the fight that I was supposed to be pausing and taking a screenshot because I was so locked in on, like, oh man, I can do this Lunatic card. I did a few. I surprised myself and managed a few. Like, I was like, I'm a normal player. I fluked my way through a couple of these. I think I just got very lucky on some of the stuff, but I did because obviously Mailing doesn't have Salmonella on normal, but I definitely remember I did that on Lunatic. Dreamvine destroyed me on Lunatic, but okay, I died here. Perfect. I'm glad this is what was done. I suddenly remember why I didn't want to upload this before. Oh my god, I can't believe that's what I did. Remember what I was saying earlier about, like, the easiest spells are the ones that I am the most fearful of because I will psych myself out of messing them up. Genuinely, I am so terrified of it, and I shouldn't be, because it's so easy. And you just saw why. Because I will make a mistake. Like, I will make a really big mistake. Jesus. I feel like I'm looking at more lives than I should be. Am I crazy? I don't know, part of me is just looking at that now and being like, that seems like a lot. I suppose I've had +3 in total, but that would mean I've died once, so... Something there doesn't seem quite right to me, but... Maybe I have this. Maybe I had the starting +1. In which case, I sure hope I did finish this with 1, because otherwise I've got to go back and do this. I might have a double check that, because that's. Have I got the right number? I don't remember the right number. I should have. That'll be another one for the for the VOD. Ooh. Either way, stage 4, where I sort of understand routing. I understand stage 4's routing better these days, like having seen a ton of like higher levels, like stage 4. I understand the routing a lot better, and like I'm not gonna make whatever that. Well, I know what that was. I was like, ooh, collection, ooh, collection. Do I cap books on this? I might bomb. I'd probably bomb. Unless... No, I did cap books. I mean, it's normal books. I capped normal books a million times. Normal books is not hard. It can still get you. It can still RNG you, but it's consistent. It's usually fairly consistent. It's normal. But this was one of the times where I did cap it. I didn't, like, you know, just chuck myself in the bin. But I still died on Rainbow Windchime, so, you know, I mean... Am I really a winner? Speaking of routing, we're at this part as well, where I just sort of make things up as I go. Like laser books, I just make up as I go. I'm like, it's normal, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I do usually do it like this, as scary as it always looks to me. But I always end up coming back to that maneuver. You should just, yeah, how did I clear this? Did I do this properly? Closely, but yes, I do this the way I still believe I do it. I say still as if I've played much EOSD, but I haven't, besides the, like, getting material to, like, you know, try and fail to set up the Fumos. Yep, as is tradition for me, I get my left and right wrong way around. I always do. And that's actually a genuine thing. I am terrible with left and right, naturally. It is part of my fun cavalcade conditions that I will routinely get mixed up, and you'll see things like that happen where my brain goes, yeah, go. You gotta go right, goes left. Get under Patchy. Hello, Patchy. Let's go time. I don't remember how I did in this Patchy fight, so this is going to be exciting. Let's see, Princess Undine. That's a point when I did the Lunatic. Genuinely, Princess Undine is more difficult than Berrien Lake. I'm saying it now. I'm getting on video now. Berrien Lake is easier than Undine. I did... The first time I attempted it on Lunatic, I did it, and I wasn't even using my actual control scheme. I was using the default controls, the default keyboard controls, and not my keyboard controls I actually use. And I still did it first try. Now that might have been a complete fluke, but technically it's 100% win rate, and that's all I need to know that, you know, Undine is a much harder spell, and there's a reason Satori uses it and doesn't use Berrien Lake, because it is in fact the harder spell, even at normal, and I'll fight you on that now, because by one point says otherwise. Again, not a lot to say here. I'm just bombing through stupid stuff. We're on no bombs now, so I actually have to dodge. Water Elf is... It's a card. I may die here, I wouldn't be shocked. Yeah, because I'm getting pushed into the corner. So either I time this down or I'm going to die. I die. I'm pretty sure I die. The second I get pushed in the corner, I usually die. Water Elf I struggle with quite a bit. Yes, that is Water Elf. Thanks. Thanks, British debuff. For removing various letters. You know, I enunciated the T then to make sure that I said it correctly. That's the stage. That's the stage you're in. Okay, Mercury Poison on normal, I think I was fairly consistent at. It can still get me, but yeah. Yeah, consistent. So, this stage I actually I've learned a couple of tricks that make this slightly less, it's still not stressful, but like, I've learned some tricks to make this less stressful from seeing how other people do stuff at higher levels, which I'll probably need to adopt for higher levels. But like, this is fine. This works fine. What I haven't got is the wall fairies. The tight speed to move between the wall fairies, I don't have that down. That's the thing when I come to play. Probably when I come to play USD hard, I'll actually learn stuff like that. This, for some reason, even though it's just moving left and right, I will routinely balls up. Yeah, I'm always like, I can't make that final wall fairy. So I just sit on the side and take those ones, which on normal is fine. Alright, yeah. Stream's going fine. I got the 1cc. I did my normal PCV 1cc. So I'm here commentating my original very first 1cc because I don't remember it and I did it back in March. And I wanted it, I didn't record it, so I wanted to have a version of it to put up on the channel somewhere. So just putting up a commentary-less like replay, I might as well yap over it for a bit. See, that's fine. That isn't so fine. that's definitely not fine. Neither is that. Okay, Saki was awful. Good to know. Good to remember. For the record, no, I have not still to this day learnt the Sakia headset. What I was doing there in the past, I don't know. Again, there's so much of this stage that I know how to do so much better now that I'm no longer doing normal. It's wild. And I haven't even practiced higher difficulties besides the brief stint in Lunatic, where I just try them. This was not a success. The Lunatic version of this was not a success at any point, no. The, 2 attempts we did of it. The equivalency of this in Lunatic was very easy as a piece of piss in Lunatic. Shockingly, based on my performance here, apparently easier than normal. So much like Princess Undine and Perian Lake, it is in fact once again harder on normal. Good to know. Based on my, survey number of 1. Me. And that's the most important person to ask. This is wild on normal and low rank. I have not seen this on normal or low rank since I did this run. So slow. What was that dodge? What were you doing past me? Why don't you just go to the left? You were fine. I wasn't. I know past me was not looking at the health bar. I never am. Okay, past me. Can you do it? Can you think about it? I believe in you, past me. I don't remember what number of lives we get to at the end of this, but you've got to burn a few of these somewhere. Yeah, I've tried it, and when I say I've not learned it, I've done it successfully a couple of times, but I can't do it consistently to save my life. I always just misjudge the timings, which is really what it is. It's the timings. I just need to practice it a ton, to be honest, but I'll worry about that when I come to hard. See, that was fine. That wasn't too bad. And I come into stage 6 with a ton of resources. Still suspicious if I've got too many resources in this, but Like, when I was looking at it earlier, I did note that I might have one too many lives. Either that, or I just can't count. But also, I have a suspicion I cleared this with 1 life left. So if that's the case, it's not a problem. I don't have to suddenly come back and redo EOSD normal and set the Marissa 1cc as my, like, actual one. Brilliant, good job, me. Another piece I know how to do. Once again, another element of the game I know how to do better after I've finished the game. Normal Meek isn't usually too bad. That's the point. When I was doing the Lunatic ones for testing, I don't want the Lunatic run, the Lunatic attempts at, like, the stages, I died to the very last bullet of Meek. That was the only thing that got me on that, and I was like, man, I'm fluking some of these cards. I got Vampire Illusion on Remelia as well, like, first try, which was surprising. I got very lucky with that. Remelia should be generally fine, besides, like, luck, because I practiced Remelia more than anything else in the entire game combined, and still things like that happen to me, where I'm like, what do you want me to do here? Because I'm like, I want to hit her, I don't want to go around. I'm trying to figure out at what points I lose a bunch of lives. It's going to be something awful, isn't it? Scarlet Neverworld, yeah, Scarlet Neverworld, I knew it. I knew it. It's because I remember this. I had seen the strategy of being able to go down the middle, and I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to pull it off. Because this was a practice run originally, so I was like, I'm going to practice doing that. Of course, I just remembered I was going to do it. Too late. Straight in there. This, I remember always scaring me when I'm doing this, but because of weird moments like that. But again, after doing the... See, I gained my final life. That's right, I gained the final life. That I have screwed up occasionally, and I always feel bad about screwing up the bubbles. Do I? Yes, I do get it before the next one. Scarlet Shoot. Scarlet Shoot is usually a bomb. I have done it. I have practiced it. I have capped it, but when I came to do this, I just forgot how I did it. I can't remember if I did it on the Marissa run or not. That was also quite a while ago now. Ooh. Good, red magic. Immediate first death right at the start of red magic always feels good. Which means I'm probably... No, because I've got so many resources. I mean, it's not quite... Remelia is a Flandre where you can just get on like a sort of bomb loop into oblivion. Usually you can still get some like horrifying things. At this point I was like, I could, in my head there's a part of me going, you can dodge that, you can dodge that, and then there's another part of me going, we can just get the 1cc, because again I wasn't planning to do this 1cc. I was practicing before I went live that day, and I was like, I'll just have a quick warm-up. So during this entire sequence my brain is going, do I stop? And I just suddenly did it, and I went, oh, okay. I've got one more life here than I should have. Because I'm pretty sure I only had one life when I originally did this. So... interesting.